Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we don't do patriotic bedtime stories. Tonight we answer the question every lodge apologist prays you'll never ask seriously. Did Freemasons actually build the United States? Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. And the country still carries their fingerprints, their symbols, their debts, and their very specific vision of what liberty was allowed to mean. Put differently, the American experiment was never a blank slate. It was a Masonic proof of concept dressed up as a revolution. Stay for 9 uncomfortable minutes. Let's start with the receipts everyone already knows but pretends don't matter. Of the 56 signers of the Declaration, at least 9 confirmed Masons, possibly 13. Of the 39 signers of the Constitution, 13 confirmed Masons, including the chairman of the drafting committee. George Washington, worshipful master of Alexandria Lodge number 22, took the oath on a Masonic Bible. Benjamin Franklin, Grand Master of Pennsylvania, Rosicrucian dabbler and proud Hellfire Club alumnus. Paul Revere, Grand Master of Massachusetts. John Hancock, probable Mason. The Marquis de Lafayette, initiated in a French military lodge, then made honorary American Mason. Continental Army lodges issued passports that let officers cross British lines unmolested because both sides recognized the square and compass. Valley Forge had its own traveling lodge. The British had 9, war by day, ritual by night. Charming. Washington, D.C. wasn't designed by accident. Pierre l'Enfant, Freemason. Andrew Ellicott, Freemason. The original boundary stone laid in 1791, Masonic ceremony. The street grid forms a pentagram pointing south toward the White House, breakaway stub of the goat. Connect Pennsylvania Avenue, Maryland Avenue, and the others, and you get the Masonic square and compass embracing the Capitol. The Washington Monument is a 555-foot Egyptian obelisk. The Capitol dome sits on a circular base directly above a crypt that was originally meant to hold Washington's body. Underneath it, a painting called The Apotheosis of Washington, showing the first president ascending to godhood surrounded by Roman deities, subtle as a gavel. The Great Seal, Franklin, Thompson, Barton, all Masons, gives us the all-seeing eye and the unfinished pyramid with 13 levels. Novus Ordo Seclorum is not Latin for New World Order. Lodge brothers love that you think it is, but it's close enough to make the point. Annuit Coty Providence has favored our undertakings. Whose Providence? The Grand Architect, naturally. The American Revolution was marketed as no taxation without representation. The fine print, a new secular temple run by initiates who believed ordinary people could have liberty, but only the kind that didn't threaten hierarchy. Jefferson's "all men are created equal" came from a man who owned 600 human beings and initiated into Lodge of the Nine Muses in Paris. Washington freed exactly 0 slaves in his lifetime. The Constitution's 3 branches mirror the 3 Masonic degrees. Checks and balances, or symbolic equilibrium of the 3 pillars: wisdom, strength, beauty. The Bill of Rights was a concession, not a revelation. The real blueprint was the Scottish Rites obsession with Solomon's Temple. A republic where the worthy rule and the profane masses get just enough freedom to keep them productive. That's why the lodge system and the federal system look suspiciously alike. Tiers, oaths, selective admission, and the comforting illusion that everyone inside is equal, while everyone outside is irrelevant. 250 years later, the experiment is mature. The square and compass still appear on state seals, police badges, and Supreme Court friezes. 33rd degree Masons have occupied the White House more often than not. The Federal Reserve, created in 1913 by men meeting on Jekyll Island, counts multiple lodge brothers among its architects. America became the most powerful nation on earth while running on Masonic aesthetics and Enlightenment rhetoric. Mission accomplished. The bitter punchline: most American Masons today have no idea what any of this means. They think the revolution was about tea parties and the symbols are just heritage. They are the useful camouflage, exactly as designed. So yes, Freemasons built America. They gave you a republic that looks like freedom from a distance, but still reserves the real keys for those who know the signs. The eagle on your dollar holds 13 arrows and an olive branch with 13 leaves, because 13 is the number of transformation in the lodge. Every time you pledge allegiance to a flag designed by a Mason under God indivisible, you're reciting a ritual written by men who believed the profane should never see the full blueprint. This is the stateless standard. If this video ruined the 4th of July for you, good. Subscribe, comment the one Masonic symbol you can't unsee now, and we'll see you in the next revelation.